Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So today we get to take a look at the 2025 Kia Sportage. This is the plug-in hybrid X-Line Prestige. So this is the top trim level for this model. It's finished off in Fusion Black, and they have a starting MSRP just over $44,000. So we have a very small, fuel efficient, and practical SUV from Kia. And we'll start off with what this is powered by, which is a 1.6 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. It's paired to that hybrid system along with the 6-speed automatic, and combined it pumps out 261 horsepower, 258 pound-feet of torque. Now, as far as fuel economy goes, you're looking right around 36 miles per gallon in the city, 35 out on the highway, and it has a total range of around 34 miles on just the EV system alone. Now, as we work our way to the exterior styling for this newest model, take a look at this DRL strip. Very large and distinctive. Turn signals are those 3 horizontal strips, and then the headlights and high beams are just underneath that. There's a really nice brushed accent in the upper section of the grille with the latest Kia badge logo. Plenty of cutouts in that upper and lower section. There's also fog lights, parking sensors, as well as the sensor for the distance pacing. And then really nice lines that come down the hood, kind of tying in with the intersection of that headlight housing, which is a nice integration. Now, this model also has a really nice set of 2-tone wheels with the regenerative braking. There's also plastic for those fender arches. It's in the lower section of the bumper. It's in the lower side skirt there. There's body colored for these side mirrors, which have the camera and the turn signal. Full moonroof up top with some roof racks installed for this model. And then all the window trim is blacked out as well, just to match in nicely. Now, this also has the integrated spoiler with the third brake light. Wiper blade is tucked up underneath to give this a really nice, clean exterior for the rear. This has a set of LED taillights. There's the backup camera, all of the parking sensors. And this is not new from Kia, but this does have the Smart Park Assist. So with the remote start, you can start it up and then move the vehicle forwards and move it backwards. We've shown this in previous Kia reviews. It's a really nice party trick, but it is something that is usable when you do need it. And then you can use the key fob or that button up underneath to open up the power liftgate. Now, for the size of this, it's on the smaller side. It's actually pretty practical and spacious. You have a lot of space underneath here if you need to use it. You can also fold down the back seat. So just pull on these tabs and both of those will go fully flat to give you a lot more space. So if you're not looking for a large SUV, you can get a lot of practicality out of this size. Now, in back, cool 2-tone design for the door panel. There's a Harman Kardon audio, and then check out this design for the release handle. Really neat to see that. We have the gray for these seats, and then at 5'10", it's pretty easy to hop in. There's storage pockets. There's also an area you could place some items. You could even hang stuff from the back of the headrest, which is pretty cool. There's also some USB-Cs, climates in the middle, a little bit of storage, and then there's also the armrest with 2 cup holders, and I have around 2 inches or so of headroom. You can have the seat all the way up or all the way in the back position there. So it's really nice just to give you a little bit more comfort in the back. Now, up front, there's all the window controls, side mirror adjustments, even some memory seating controls. And then the same design, of course, for the front seats. But let's start this up where you won't hear it because it defaults to the EV. Really nice steering wheel. Paddle shifters are on the back side. You have Bluetooth along with favorites, mode, and volume for the audio there. And then on the right side, there's your lane keeping assist along with the distance pacing, cruise control settings. And then you can also get into some controls here. So you have a lot of vitals that you can scroll through right in the middle, just depending on what you would like to see. And you'll notice too that when you put the turn signal on, you can actually see the camera from the side view mirrors on both sides. So that helps you with any visibility, especially if you're merging on the highway or just in general to see items around you, which is really neat. And then on the left side, you have the fuel cap release along with the liftgate release. There's the e-brake, traction control, and a dimmer switch there. There's wood trim accents. And then for the infotainment system, you have quite a lot that you can go through. On the home screen, there's a calm setting. You can also go back to all these icons, so you can further get into all of this information. You have your climates, valet mode, you can pair your phone to this system. It's pretty easy to go through all of that. There's more wood trim accents, and then this is a secondary LCD screen. Currently, it's on all of the climate adjustments, as you can tell. If you just push on the arrow up top, now we can get into all of the controls for that screen. So you don't have to use the screen itself. You can use these controls down below, and then when you're ready, get back into your climates. There's power and volume, and then when you do have them on climates, these will change to your temperature dials. Now there's wireless charging with auxiliaries down below. You have all the heated and ventilated seat controls along with the heated steering wheel. In order to put this into reverse, just twist it to the left there, where there's the full 360-degree view that you can get into. So you can just swipe your finger on this system, or you can go through a few different settings for that backup camera, or change it to the forward-facing camera just by putting the vehicle into drive. Park is going to be located right in the middle. Now behind that, there's a downhill assist along with auto hold. There's parking sensors, a shortcut to both the camera system as well as the parallel parking, so you can activate that. There's the center locking diff, along with being able to rotate that dial to go through the different driving modes. And the gauge cluster will also change with those graphics as well. And then behind that, you can get into the full EV. Now there's also cup holders. When you don't want to use them, like the one in the back, you can slide this out of the way or pop it back out, and now you have cup holders. So it's really nice to give you a little bit more storage if you need it, as well as having storage in the middle. It's also in the glove box there. And then up top, there's the dome lights, as well as the controls for the sunshade and the sunroof. And then there's a pretty good amount of visibility over both shoulders. And so with it still in sport mode, we can shift to the paddle shifters now, and we'll give it a small acceleration. And it definitely gets up and moves for what I'm doing today. And here's what it's like to be behind the wheel for the Kia Sportage. Now, if you're also new to our channel, we have a lot of seat time behind the wheel of the Kia Telluride. We have had a few of those as press vehicles, so it feels very similar to that, just a little bit smaller, but all the technology is relatively the same. So again, you're getting a really nice vehicle for the price, and a lot of standard safety features that you see on vehicles that cost a lot more than this. So we have all the pedestrian detection, the lane keeping, the lane cross assistance, all of that is standard on these vehicles, which is nice to see. And so this would make for a great daily driver because it gives you all of those amenities, all of those creature comforts, and a really smooth ride. It's also very practical too. So for its sizing, if you live in the city, you know, you have the parallel parking even to help you. It's a very manageable and maneuverable vehicle. As far as its turning radius goes with a full lock too, this is pretty tight. So again, parking lot situations, things like that, it's not intimidating to drive because of its size. But Kia did a really good job as well with its overall interior space with its compact size. And that is going to wrap it up for the 2025 Kia Sportage. Once again, a huge shout out to Hendrick BMW Northlake for providing this vehicle for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.